Mm-hmm. Hey Lance, I just saw your message, so I thought I'd be giving you a quick call because I have class just about to start. So I'll call you again a little bit later. Okay, good. Thanks for the call. Talk to you in a bit.
That in my house,
Bye.
it's got that. It had a swinging door between the kitchen and the room, and it was that old-fashioned little piece of wood, basically, that's there. And one time before I tripped on that, I did it.
Oh my god, and it's broken?
Yeah. I think so. I haven't checked it out. It just hurts too much to wear real shoes.
But they can't set it anyway. There's really not much they can do for a toe. Oh my god.
They don't. So.
You broke a toe?
Yes. There was a swinging door that goes between my my kitchen and dining room, and it's got a wood piece on it.
Oh.
I like wearing my sandals anyway, though.
Oh, good. That is good.
Oh my gosh.
I'll just wear them with my woolly socks.
Okay.
You have to send a lot of that energy down to that toe today. I did.
How are you?
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you.
Good.
Wearing my loon sweatshirt today.
Oh,
so.
good.
I'm gonna take a
Joanne.
break.
Okay. Joanne will undoubtedly be a little late.
Well, I
'Cause-
hit the construction in Colchester. It's all over. And I thought, oh, it won't be bad today because they will be working if it's raining, but it's not raining enough to. So it's,
To
it's the
stop
one
them.
lane. Yeah, it's one lane
Yeah.
traffic, so there's a
Yeah.
bit of a tie up. So I'm running a little later than usual, but.
That's all right.
Yeah. But it's so funny, we're all coming from all different directions. So from Baltic, New London, and Norwich in between.
Yeah. So you seem good?
Yeah. Just just getting moving this morning. It's it's been a busy week. It was birthday week, so last week, as I told you, we were in New Hampshire. So
Yeah.
boy, it seems even when you just take a few days, it's like the week before you're preparing, and the week after you're catching up.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, that respite time is very nice, but it comes at a price.
I don't know if do you read the 365 Tao?
Yeah, I do.
Well, today is aging, and it's very good.
Oh gosh, I haven't read today's yet, but oh yeah, I do. Each day I'm at the point now, I've read them through so many years because we started back in your classes in Norwich that I practically know them by heart when I start reading them again, but it's just, they're good daily reminders.
They are good reminders. Yesterday was very good too, maturity.
Oh yeah, okay.
So, yeah, I started reading that when it was first published, and I read it faithfully for many years, 12, 15 years. And then I kind of let it go for a while. And then I, not too long ago, started again, and it's really nice revisiting.
Yeah. Well, it was a nice way to start the classes when you used to start the classes with that. The daily meditation, 365
I remember that.
meditations. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really do.
I
Yeah.
still have that book.
Yeah.
I've got another one that I've got one that the Dalai Lama did like that, the 365.
Oh.
And then I've got another one that Soil Rinpoche did, the author of I guess the author of the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying.
Yeah.
His is fabulous. His is really good. The Dalai Lama's I don't really like as much. It's daily affirmations, but they're just generic. They're too generic for me. I think they're not as thought provoking as the Zen one.
Yeah.
Or the Taoist one, I mean.
Yeah.
It's not as thought-provoking.
Well, look who's here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Somebody was out there yelling at me.
good. Thanks, Joanne.
Hi, Joanne.
I had the option of this door or the upstairs door, but he was like, "Oh, it's raining out."
Yeah, he's a little wet.
Oh, Carol, nice to meet you.
I said, same here, Joanne. I know. Did you hit traffic coming in, like construction?
I hit
pile?
slow cars.
Yeah, yeah.
I took the dirt road.
The
It's
dirt.
not snowing. I come in from Norwich,
Yeah.
so I come up. What is the dirt road, Mitchell?
Oh,
Yeah,
Mitchell.
Oh,
yeah.
And there was somebody slow in front of me on that one too. But
Yeah. Mitchell's never been paved in all these years, David?
Nope.
Never, huh?
Nope.
Wow.
They have
Hi.
put gravel and things on it to improve it here and there, so it's better than it was.
I love taking that road.
I do
10
too.
years ago.
And it's so magical right now, like
Yeah.
the leaves. Although I've got stuck in there twice, so.
Yes. I remember the night I came down to check
Oh,
on
you came
you.
down to try to help me. It's terrible. I got stuck in a snowbank. I just slid kind of sideways, and I could not get out. David came down, and then finally, and I couldn't have much cell service because my little flip phone was a long time ago. And so finally, we tried to get a tow truck. Rick tried to do it. I could get home. I could get Karina at home, actually. And then the police came, and I said, "You have to come out around the back. You can't, nobody can turn around here." And of course, he didn't. He had to back up from where I was all the way back down, backwards, because you couldn't.
Oh,
It
jeez.
was crazy. And then another time I did it, I think Carol was following me. There'd been a terrible, terrible rain and a washout where one of the little streams goes
Yeah.
underneath.
Oh yeah.
And so there's like 18 inches of road that just disappeared.
Mhm.
And my front wheel fell into it.
Oh, my.
Yes.
So I had to get pulled out.
I don't think I've been all the way down Mitchell because I come in from Franklin.
Oh, yeah,
you
okay.
know, from Baltic, so I come in 32 and then, I know. He wants to be in on the conversation,
Yeah.
obviously. But,
Always.
yeah. But is that how you used to come to Norwich when you did the classes? You did Mitchell?
Almost always. And occasionally, if the weather was really, it's been like deep snow, I didn't go.
Yeah, I learned not to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snowy and excess rain. I go the long way.
Yeah, and
But
Carol
I
usually
was-
starts by going way over to Clark Hill on the way here.
Uh-huh.
And then lately been if it's good weather, doing
Yeah.
Mitchell, but she's a more cautious driver than I
She
am.
is. One night, really good friends of ours many years ago had come and picked us up to go out to dinner. He was a regular student, and that spot where you drop,
yeah.
it was kind of a snowy night, and she slid off completely.
Oh God, into it.
And we had to walk back to the house.
Oh my God.
And we called. She called for a tow truck, and I think I reported it to the police so they would know that there was
Yeah, it's dangerous.
dangerous there, and they gave her a ticket.
What?
For falling in?
Yeah, for falling in, for you know, not careful enough driving. I don't know, but
But if there's a hole and you don't expect a hole.
And especially if it's snow covered.
If it's snow covered, or with me, it was like the rain had just wiped it out
Oh,
since
yeah.
I'd been there a week earlier. You know.
What are you doing with that?
I want to meditate.
I love how he just curled right up and said, that's definitely a favorite spot, you can tell.
My
You
little
are
one,
too
when I do video lessons, I had a video lesson last night. My little one did the same
my
exact
God.
thing, same
Yeah.
thing. And he'll do that. He'll do that when I stay online. When I zoom into the class, he'll come in and do the same thing for them.
There's a number of
He's a
Zoom
little
meetings
smaller,
coming up
though.
for that. Yeah.
He's a little smaller than I know.
Yeah, this is not a small one.
David, are you recording?
I am.
Good, okay. Good.
Even
This
though we're
whole
all here, we
conversation.
still falling in holes and the like. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it is an absolute
It's lovely to
delight
be
to
here.
have all three of you here. Questions? Comments? How is your meditation going? What problems do you have? Or heaven and earth? We're going to devote most of our time today to an aspect of heaven and earth. And then for a while, we're gonna just let heaven and earth flow.
Mm-hmm.
But today we're gonna kind of focus on it. But any questions or thoughts or requests that you have?
I just found the segment last week when I think you answered a question that you had, Joanne, about the 7 and 8. Just with the intent of grabbing the
Mhm.
energy really
Mhm.
made a difference. Just that intent,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Absolutely.
like you're scooping the energy and then letting it go rather than just having it be a hand movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a really good progression. I mean, we have to start with the hand movement. We have to know that we want the arms to circle there, but yeah, the intent is to feel what's going on inside. So good. Anything for either of you?
No, I mean, I think that, like with all practices, the challenge is always just making sure you put it all together, and the pace is usually my challenges, you know. Okay. I got intent as fast, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing, just keeping the practice and feeling that those connections of everything, of the energy especially, and then trying to make sure that everything's still in coordination with the pace and
Yeah.
things like that. So,
Yeah.
you know, usually I try and do like the first 2 or 3 of them, really paying attention to the specific things, the weight shifts and things like that, and then just try and go, okay, trust the process, feel the energy, and it works.
Good.
It's like the conversation we had yesterday in class here, which is, you know, just you need to at the beginning, know the hand movement, know all the movements, and think about it, and then you just need to be able to let go of thinking about it. So kind of trying to get to that point, right? So you can really have more intent than remembering. I guess is that a way to put it?
Ideal.
That's the goal, baby.
It's really getting that choreography into your muscle memory, so you
Yeah.
don't have to spend as much time thinking,
Exactly.
okay, are
Yeah.
my hands here at the
Yeah.
same time my spine is coming up, and
Right.
because it's hard to think of your energy when you're worried about where
Yeah.
your coordination is with your
Yep.
body. So
Absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So it's important, I think, to remember that this is all a process. There is no ultimate goal. We might have interim goals along the way, but for instance, getting past having to focus on the physical movement. But everybody progresses at different paces and based on their experience and a number of things. So don't over criticize yourself. You know, I think that's one of the things in our culture that we are often taught that we should be critical of what we are doing, and actually you should be very proud of what you're doing. Because this is not easy. It's all very simple, but it's not easy to accomplish.
Well, I think one of the key things that you pointed out for me anyway was get should out of your vocabulary. I needed that reminder, and I know you did that in the original classes that I took with you, but it's very hard. Okay, I should be having my hands here, and you know, when you're really doing the choreography part of it. But just getting to that point where you can just, I think as Joanne said, just let go.
Yep.
And allow it. I think that's the word you use. Allow
Yes.
what comes, and that's a big
That's
next
just a
step.
challenge.
Yeah, that's a big next step.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like the word practice. You know, this is a practice, but practice always reminds you that it's, like you say, Dave, it's not like, yeah, this is done now. I got it.
It's not a performance.
Not
I
a
know.
performance, that's right.
It's a practice. I like
Right,
that.
this isn't a ballet, you know.
I like that.
It's a practice.
But you know, we all go through that in the early stages of Tai Chi or Qigong. You know, that, for instance, that we're reluctant to do it in front of anyone else
Yes.
or in public because, oh gosh, what are they going to think of me? Well, it doesn't matter what they think of you.
Right.
And it's really wonderful to get to the point where you can practice anywhere and just enjoy the practice and not be concerned about the other. And what happens is people really admire what you're doing.
And I've taken, when I first started classes, I would go to meetings in New York City where somebody at Westbeth, where it was all glass windows, and one of the residents there was often practicing during the day when we were inside our meeting. And I so loved that. It was such an inspiration. And then when the Chinese started moving to Norwich, the women would practice downtown.
Yep.
And so just being able to see other people do that. But my greatest fear was the mirrors. I was like, I like it at the parlor at the church. There's no mirror. And then I had to move up. David's like, you're moving up, Joanne. You got to go. And start seeing other people, see yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's a wonderful way to learn, too.
And I got it. I got used to them. I had to just, lose whatever.
Okay. Well, as always, I have to talk a little. The next phase that we want to start looking at here in Heaven and Earth is getting the vertebra to open from both the front and the back of the spine, so both the anterior and the posterior sides of the spine. And this is part of everything you do, with opening and closing the joints, which is only the prelude to opening and closing the spine. But there are some basic things that need to be understood. For example, The Taoist spine stretch in opening the energy gates is a spine stretch which lays out the infrastructure. When you do this spine stretch, the object is that when you go down, you leave the vertebra in the back of the body alone and open up the vertebra from the back. And that creates more space between the vertebra. And then when you come up, you have the vertebrae in the back, totally, you leave them totally alone. And you start lifting the vertebra in the front from the bottom up. You are increasing the space in the front of the spine all the way up through the neck. And so we're not going to be doing that, but it's really important to understand the difference between that and what we are going to be doing. One of the things I would say is that the Taoist spine stretch is a really incredible practice. If you don't already know it, it needs to be taught, because it has the potential to cause harm if you do it wrongly, do it incorrectly. So I think both of you have done it. I don't know whether you ever have worked on it before. So just because, in a way, seeing what I'm talking about here may be helpful, I'm going to just quickly do it. You can take a lot of time doing it, actually, and there are a lot of parts to it. But basically what I was just talking about in terms of the movement of the spine, the sacrum stays pointing straight down to the earth. And so as you go down, you're keeping the back straight above the area that you're opening. And you're allowing that to open all the way up to the top, because the crown of the head, the Taoists think, is the end of the spine. And the neck is the last thing to bend. And then as you come up, opening the front, that sacrum stays down, but now you're opening from the bottom up in front. And again, the neck up through the top of the head is the last thing you do. So the intention is that you open spaces between the vertebrae in back, and then you open spaces between the vertebrae in front without losing the space in the back. So this perhaps explains why it is in traditional Chinese medicine considered to be one of the greatest things you can do for about 80% of back problems. So we're not going to be doing that.
Can I just clarify? But
Sure.
when we do that, we only do it 3 times
Yes,
when we do it, right?
that's
So
correct.
it's not something you want to practice a whole lot.
No. But you can do it again after 5 or 6 hours.
Uh-huh.
So it's conceivable that you might do it 2 or 3 times a day.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. When I was first dealing with my spinal stenosis, I did it usually twice a day.
Mm-hmm. I've done it twice a day when I've had that.
Yeah. And I think that's why I had about 15 years of no pain. It still helps, but it doesn't entirely get rid of it now. but it still helps.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great practice.
So David, just a question then, since
Sure.
I'm not, it looks like you went much deeper than you do with the C curve that we
Yeah.
do. So how do you feel the difference with the with the spine stretch as opposed to the C curve?
I'm trying to think what you really mean with the question. Uh, with the spine stretch, the Taoist spine stretch, you do sink a little more deeply, and you are. You're going through that whole length of the spine. When you do the C curve, bend the bow, which is what we're going to work on and make sure everybody's doing well, you bend from the middle of the spine.
Okay.
So top and bottom both curl in simultaneously
Okay.
and straighten simultaneously. And so it can be done with virtually no sinking or a lot of sinking if it's part of the posture. In God's Playing in the Clouds, we have movements like movement 2 where we sink a long way down. The C curve is still there, but then we have movements 5 and 6 where we aren't sinking very much, but the C curve is still present. So the C curve is not dependent on being large or sinking a lot. It's dependent on feeling the action of it within the vertebra of the spine. When you get into doing incorporating bend the bow into a Tai Chi form, for instance, many times you bend and straighten you use the C curve, but you bend and straighten, you would never see it. Visually, it'd be virtually impossible to tell that it's there, but it is there nonetheless. So, size is not important, really. It's what you're doing with your spine that's important.
Well, I just noticed your neck was your neck with the spine stretch was how my neck looked with the C curve when I was overdoing it, which is why I'm
Right.
asking. And I
Good
thought,
point, good point.
so it's like, okay, so.
That's why it's different.
Yeah.
The spine stretch is working on maximum opening of all that space. The C curve is really working on opening that space but moving the chi through the spine. Not that the Taoist spine stretch isn't doing that too, but it's really a different focus. Does that help?
Absolutely, yeah, thank you.
Other questions at this interesting juncture?
It's I think my question will be answered more from what you're going to do, because what I'm feeling when I'm doing the C curve in this practice is definitely different than the spine stretch, but it's there's points where I feel things get stuck.
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah, I think this is very timely for me to hear more about what's going on with this secret.
Yeah.
So I think my issue will be answered by what we're doing, and if not, I'll address it again at the end.
Okay.
Because
Cool.
I think that's where you're going, is kind of addressing what I just thinking that way, because it's kind of this nondescript question. It's
Yeah.
just a feeling that something is getting stuck, and I'm not sure how to remedy that.
Yeah, and we haven't really focused on this. We mentioned it, and you've all been exposed to it in some degree, differing degrees, as
Yeah.
a matter of fact.
Yeah.
But it is it's a really important piece, and so my intention here is to make sure that all of you are very clear about what you're doing and can begin to allow it to grow within this particular practice, because it's really important in heaven and earth.
Yeah, and I think part of that was, you mentioned to me in particular that in 2, I'm overextending, I'm hyperextending. Part of that was the pacing of the coming back, but I think that's also related more to my experiences with the seeker, is that I need to revisit a lot of those kind of things to really get more intention, more focus on it, and more knowledge of where we're going with that, because I think those two went hand in hand.
I think you said something, David, before that's the key to some of this, which is that I think for most of our lives we probably think of the spine as not including the tip of our spine or our neck. Right? So it's only part, and that for me the challenge is not that part of it. The challenge, especially in 2, is not raising my neck and losing the C, and it's continuing the tuck.
Yeah, yeah. So, one of the things that I'll just mention that is that energy gate, actually it's a cavity called the jade pillow gate, is right where the spine connects to the skull, and that is one that very often is closed, and you can close it by not letting it lift at all, or you can lift it too much and close it. So it's a very subtle, if you were watching me, a very subtle difference. It's not a big movement. You're not going to create an inch space in there. And yet it's an extremely important point, and that's part of what certainly in the spine stretch we're working on, is getting all of that open all the way to the top of the head, the crown of the head. Yeah. So we do this now in heaven and earth. We're going to be doing bend the bow, shoot the arrow, which is also called the C-curve movement. The issue is feeling the front of the spine. Now the back of the spine is really easy to find. Pat someone's back and the first thing you feel is their spine. But when you want to touch the front of the spine, you have to go in quite a ways in order to do that. It is possible to go in through the abdominal movement, abdominal area with a circular movement to the point where you can feel the spine, but it's not necessary that you do that, and it's not very comfortable. So, in the beginning, you're not necessarily going to be able to get all the way down to feeling the spine in front. In the beginning, if you feel any pain at all in doing the spine stretch, the C-curve, you should stop and talk to me about it and work on whatever is causing that. Now you can begin to feel a little bit of the front of the spine by lifting your chin and stretching it back. And you feel a little bit of the back of the spine by tucking the chin and pulling it forward. But that's just feeling a little bit at the top of the spine. And we want to work with the entire spine. So for what we're doing, you don't need to be able to feel the spine that precisely right at the beginning. You just need to do this enough so that you can feel some pressure against your spine, so that you can start to get the feeling of what the front and the back feel like. And that's the best that can be done in the beginning. Because even if you only get a little bit, that gives you the inroad to start slowly beginning to feel the front of your spine. And that gives you the ability to then move chi in your body in the appropriate way that will benefit you the most. Now, two things about the nature of the spine have to be really kept in mind. Your spine itself is anchored on two ends. On one hand, you have your skull, which is awake, and on the other end, you have your pelvis, which is awake. So you are going to have to move both the head and the pelvis if you want to get a full motion of the spine. Now, if we take the length of someone's spine, as a general rule, the middle of the spine is going to be somewhere between your belly button and your diaphragm, probably closer to the diaphragm in most cases. Exactly where has very much to do with whether you have a long or a short spine. And people have all different kinds of relationships between arms and legs and spine. The human animal has all sorts of different body parts. So as we look at this, it is going to be important to recognize that your pelvis and head have to be moving with your spine. Now, what is the basic nature of how the spine gets moved? It's a bit like taking a piece of paper and using it to represent your spine, and bending the top and the bottom half so that they actually meet. And this is the handle or the middle of your spine. So just to see this, I'm going to do a bend the bow, and I will make it a little larger than it necessarily needs to be. But just so that you can see, both the pelvis and the head have to move together. They both are extending up and down, and they both extend as you come back. And the movement is from the middle of the spine. So the C curve is occurring from here, unlike the spine stretch where it's occurring from here. Right? So just to be really clear about that, and so you have to feel the middle of your spine, and this is how you activate the back of your spine, and this is the easy part. The hard part is how you come up, because that's actually when what can move energy, get energy coming up your spine, like unfolding the paper. You don't pull the top to straighten the paper or spine. You don't pull the bottom to straighten them either. You make both of them move at the same time. And this has a particular effect. The spine from the middle to the top is going to not only cause the head to move, it's going to send chi out to the fingertips and up to the crown of the head and activate the arms. It is a bit like someone playing billiards. It is the back of the stick that moves the tip. But on the other end, it's going to be the bottom of the spine going down that's going to cause the tailbone to become straight again. And that's going to have another issue involved. That's when you do the moving of the bottom of the spine that has to send a wave of energy to your feet. So your spine will either bring energy from the tip of your toes and the crown of your head to the middle, or will make it go from the middle out to the extremities, your head, your hands, and your feet. This principle is very important to understand because all of heaven and earth depends upon it. So, first, any questions? Okay. So what I want you to do is to stand and just bend the bow, not try to do it with anything, but let me see what you are doing, and just do it a few times. And I'm going to watch you, and I will probably come around and touch you or move you. So that's what I want to start with. Okay.
So keep going up and down, in and out of it.
I beg your pardon?
Bending both, go down and come out, go down and come out when you say do.
Yeah,
so,
you
okay.
can take a break between them if you want for a moment. I mean, you don't have to. I'm not meaning it has to be a machine movement.
No.
Yeah, I just want you to do it. Just do it a few times so that you really feel what you're doing. And that will also give me a chance to really look at your body and see what you're doing and make sure you're doing bend the bow and not something else. Because it's really amazing.
How many something else's there are?
We've all been something.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen somebody doing the C curve and they're doing this, pushing
Just
this
bend,
back,
yeah.
Oh, right.
or they're doing this.
Mhm. Just bending over.
And there's
bending
no,
straight over,
there's
yeah.
no
There's
movement.
not much happening on the
It's not-
bottom.
I mean, the C curve is exactly what it says.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
that's helpful, isn't it?
That's what's helped me is
It's a
thinking
C.
that it's
Yeah.
the
And
two
it-
ends
yeah.
coming together.
Yeah.
But would it be okay to do like the spine stretch first to kind of feel the difference between them, or is that
If you
something
want.
you would rather us not kind of get into that?
I was going to avoid getting into
Okay,
that.
okay, let's see if I can.
Because Carol has
yeah.
never done that.
Right, yeah.
And it's not a one.
It's not a 1
not,
second thing.
not a
Yeah.
5-minute
No.
training.
No, but it's probably just it needs to be its own thing. So comparing
Yeah.
the two each other is probably
and
not
it-
appropriate anyway.
At the end of class, if you want to take a minute and do it, I'll be very glad to watch what you're
Okay.
doing, and
Okay.
that's not a problem.
Yeah.
I have no big plans after
My
The
time is-
kitchen is done, so.
I just have my walking practice. That's the main thing. I've
Oh.
already done my stretches and
Oh.
some of my Tai Chi practice. I'll do some more, but so stand up and just
Okay.
try the C curve.
Yeah, how do you want us to do it so you can see us?
Well, I need to see
You
it
need
from
to
the
see
side.
one at a
No, you can all.
we can all do it together?
You can all do it together.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm seeing is really a sense of collapse
Okay.
rather than, think of it pulling
yes,
out.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's really pretty good. The one thing I sort of feel is you might let the neck bend just a tiny bit more.
Maybe this way a little more.
Well,
Up. I know that. Well, that's what. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm trying
yeah.
not to.
it,
collapse
it felt like it was
It's not
going
enough
forward,
crane, not
but
enough-
it wasn't releasing.
Okay,
You know, it felt stiff.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Enough cranes then.
Yeah.
Okay, just get the sense up in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, very true. So your head doesn't need to go quite so far forward. Remember that we're doing cranes like this. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
And what I was just saying to her, it's not a collapse into this. It's an extension. You're opening the spine.
It's not, it can't open up, so it's not.
It's right there. Fabulous role model for me.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Fabulous role model for me.
Right.
We're
I've been
just-
doing
It's
this the
not
other
big,
class too. That was
but
Yeah.
you have to find that
That's good.
tender
Yeah, no,
boundary in
they
there
really are
between
connected a lot.
Yeah,
collapse
and I think
and-
that was my whole
and
issue,
extension.
was feeling,
That's what
not
my
feeling
challenge
that
is.
extension. I was feeling, I was doing the collapse. And I think that was,
Mhm.
that's been,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, this is where I feel I need to feel that extension.
And it's I think you said earlier that word allow.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly what it is. To allow that neck to bend and extend, but not too much. It does more than the pelvis, but the two do it in relation to each other, so that there's no point when they are not both moving. That's better.
okay, that's watching. It helps.
Yeah.
So, but we're doing it in both classes, so
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of practice in this.
Right.
I
Absolutely.
think the other observation as I do this is that you're never straight. You're always tucked. You always have a crane neck, even when you're not in total C, right? I mean, we're not trying to.
Oh.
Military here.
No, but you do come to back to the point where the sacrum is straight to the
Straight
earth.
down and not tuck. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it does go down,
But it's you're
tuck
not.
in,
Yeah. Yeah.
and come up again.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. You have to. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And relax your shoulders. Okay, so relax for a minute and don't wear yourself out. So questions at this point?
Where is the balance in your feet?
Well, that will have to do with where that's good. Sit down. That's a good question. Because we're going to look at it in terms of heaven and earth.
Right.
So it's going to be what we do, what
Yeah,
we've already
mental.
established in terms of that for heaven and earth. So, in this practice, and I'm obviously going right to this point, but you're going to be having bending going into the C curve, and then you're going to be extending, coming out of the C curve, and that has to continue all the way to this point. And then you're bending slowly into your C curve. As you come down, and then you're straightening your C curve. And your weight shift on the feet is what we talked about before. It doesn't change. So you're bending and straightening. Yeah. So it's not you don't have to learn something else about where the weight is. If we were doing some other practice, there might be other things to consider, but we know where the weight shift is going to go, and so it stays that. We're not going to change that. Questions? Okay. So let's do that. Let's do it. What I'm going to suggest is that I'm going to ask you to do a full flow of that, so you really get a chance to practice this. And does anybody have a question at this point? Are you clear about when you're going to bend the spine and when you're going to straighten it?
And
Okay.
if you're not, you'll point that out.
Very likely I will.
That's why we're in the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. More challenging than a mirror, Joanne.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I may get up and walk around, so don't be.
Mirrors don't do that, Carol.
Not often.
Not on you, then you're like, going to be Halloween here. Yeah.
So when you do that first movement, there doesn't need to be any movement in this direction. You're just bending, everything's bending. It's bending this way and twisting in, but it's not swinging it out in front. That happens after you've completed that preparation. When you start to rise, that lifts the arms.
So I'm not gathering energy here. I'm not doing That's, okay, that's where I was going,
Well, you will be pulling energy up.
but not like inside. It's,
It's a subtler movement than you're getting into.
okay.
Don't close the armpits.
Mm.
So, same as with her. Take your time with that preparation, and let yourself just bend and twist and bend the spine. And then when you start to rise, that moves the arms.
I'm feeling like something is there's the bend and stretch. I'm not doing the neck right. So if you don't mind doing some stuff at the moment.
Okay, two things I would say. One is, I don't really see this happening.
Mm.
It's a little maybe, but
Okay.
it's not. You're not pulling the spine
Mm.
down.
Okay.
Okay, and the top is your neck is getting stuck. Is the problem?
Mm.
So no, just observe my neck.
Okay.
So as I'm going down, it's continuously moving.
Okay.
And when I'm coming up, it's continuously moving. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah. That I can feel
freeze.
it, but I can't figure out how to. Yeah.
And what that does is it blocks the energy.
Right.
Yeah. There. Which is why you're feeling.
So let me try a couple of seekers just.
Yeah. That was much better.
Okay.
So don't start bending too soon. You want this movement to raise and extend the arms, because at this point you can continue to extend even though there is some bending going on. If you go to here, you lose the extension. If you get to here, you can maintain the extension.
Ah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. You could. Somehow everybody's doing that. I don't know why. That first movement is not this. It's just this. It's just here. It's just prepare. And it's the movement into the heels and starting to rise that lifts the arms. Yeah.
So it's as we.
But They don't swing into the center on that first movement.
Undoing is the hardest thing.
What?
Undoing what you've been doing is what I've been doing is the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Like relearning.
Yeah. I should have got it
That's,
sooner.
well, it's, I was on.
That's what this is about.
That's what we're here now.
Yeah.
So go over this again, I think. Just
So, you completed 6, and now you're doing the preparation.
Yep.
And it takes however long you want to take with it. Doesn't matter. And then, as you start to rise, that lifts the arms, and they extend up and keep on extending. Yeah.
But when you said they're not, but they are still going up the side channels.
And
Or-
then at the beginning,
And not at the beginning. But is that the aim to get to that point?
you
As they-
yes,
as
when
they-
you start up,
yeah.
you want them to come into the side channels.
Okay.
What you have to remember is that this movement in the etheric body can connect to the side channels without being.
Gotcha. With that.
Yeah. That's not a. No, if your intention is.
Okay. Yep, that makes sense.
Then,
Yep.
yeah. Good.
Okay, thank you.
So the coming up was really good. The going down, you got stuck.
Going down, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the difficulty there is that you want the spine to continue to bend all the way through that movement. And then just as you did, keep straightening all the way through that movement, however long it takes, and whatever that release is.
So where is the point where you start coming up, David? Sorry. So when you're
So
so you're still going down here, right?
yeah.
Okay, here, and this is where
Yeah.
where
So if you think about your circle, here's halfway,
okay.
there's the other half,
So it's when
approximately.
okay. So it's when you get to that and you're ready to release is basically when you come up. Then.
Yeah.
That was fuzzy, so it's been a little different every time. You
Yeah.
know, when I come up. All right, thank you.
That's why we're doing this.
Yeah, so much easier in person.
Oh.
You know, you can see.
Absolutely. Easier for me.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
So you have to think of that extension going a little bit higher, because that's what I was talking about, was that when you get to here and you start to go back, you lose that extension.
Ah, okay. I did not get that.
And so you're trying to find where is that transition point.
Yeah.
Because there is a point where you can keep the extension going, even though there is some bending in the arms, but I'm still extending through my entire body.
And that's where I feel like it gets stuck. And so do I need, okay. Just trying
So you're towards the heel as you come up. Now going towards the toes and continuing to extend. Yeah, much better.
to, okay.
Did that open?
Yeah, that felt better. That didn't feel like I was getting stuck.
That's a good thing.
Not as much anyway.
Good,
No.
good. So, really trying to feel that. Where is the place that can make that transition?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you do it at the wrong point,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And then I've already
yeah,
finished the expansion.
right.
Okay.
And I bend too much at that.
Yes, you do.
You really kind of feel like I'm a sea.
So that's that hard piece. I don't know why with this particular one. I think it's because of the arm movement.
Yeah. And I'm trying not to do that too quickly, but then
Yeah.
I end up bending too much.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I have another question about with preparation and beginning.
Yeah.
So it's clear to me when it's really the beginning.
Yeah.
But then I have to keep. Yeah, but then I don't want to stop when we're back, when we're done, right? And kind of continue. So
Yeah.
I guess that's just a matter of just.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, we don't do one and then
Yeah.
2 and then 3. It's a flow.
No, you come to here and then
And
you
then
let
just
your,
and then just
and the
make
thing
kinda-
about the preparation is that how long you take to do that is up to you. Maybe you can do a quicker breath or you can do a long breath.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be any particular length. It's
But
what
it's still
it
energetic.
feels like what it
Yeah,
ought,
okay.
needs to be.
right. It's not just that we have to keep moving.
No, you have to keep
Okay.
moving, but
But then that
so
keeps space.
so it can be this and start, or it can be
I hear
and begin. It can be whatever feels right at that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you. Yeah, gotcha.
Did you get it that time?
It was much better than
And this one is feeling better now.
Okay. As you go up, I don't know if you heard me talking to Jillian about that preparatory movement.
No.
It can be whatever length feels right to you at the moment. You're indeed trying not to have a pause, but it might be, and you're ready to go, or it might be that you complete 6 of 6, and then you have and then you go. So how long that breath is there, it's entirely up to what feels right at that point.
So you're talking about the end of 6 and then moving into 1 and further.
The preparatory movement in
Okay.
between those two.
Okay. Which is the sinking. It's the sinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not shoulders arching out. It's everything releasing. I am letting go there to achieve this. I'm not causing it to happen.
Yeah, not doing that another curve on the upper shoulders. Okay.
No, The curve of the spine, yes.
Yeah, yeah. But you're right, I was doing another curve.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I got it.
Good. So complete the movement you're on and then close. Good. Sit down for a minute. So, questions, comments?
Lots of practice.
You start noticing all the little things you weren't
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
quite
yeah.
correctly.
Yeah,
But again, that's why we're here. So that's
Yeah.
okay.
yeah.
So that was good. That was very good. You were all made progress. A little practice to submit that will not be a bad thing.
We have a tape.
Yes.
And it is
Yes, yes.
Remind us.
It is taped.
Yes.
One thing I haven't mentioned before, but was going to say, when you have completed 6, do it the right way, David. Don't just close, because you just block the energy at that corner. Think of Master Joe saying in your ear, round those
Yeah.
corners.
Yeah, okay.
So you
So-
get to this point, and if you've ever noticed me, you'll
Yeah,
see that roundness. I will go out and up and come down, because you want to, you're drawing the energy in. There's actually something we haven't focused on really, is what's happening at this point. But there's a whole thing. You're completing that movement, and now you want to draw all that energy still flowing down into your dantian.
Okay.
So
Is there a pause there between
No.
there and okay? Okay, I was putting a pause
no, ideally not,
in. Okay.
because every pause in every corner causes an interruption in the flow of the energy. Which is why we were looking in this at, keeping those movements continuous, which makes them much subtler than we think about it first.
So when you're in movement 6 and you end with your hands, you're upright with your hands by your side, that's when you go into the gathering of the energy, right there.
Some way, yes. I mean, you can do it any way that works for you. But what I'm saying is, don't let it just be
Dead.
Yeah.
exactly, it needs to be alive. So you get to this point, and then it's, you know, you're gonna gather that energy.
Yeah. Okay.
So just thought I'd mention that, since you have nothing else to think about here.
I think the other thing, just in terms of energy, is what you said to me, but you said we were all doing it wrong, was how we were beginning.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that as soon as I did it that way, I felt the energy in the central channels without going to the central channels. So
Yeah. Good.
yeah, that power. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay, any other thoughts at the moment? Okay, I'm sorry we didn't get to do any meditating today in this
It's okay.
meditation class, but this is our preparation.
No, this is. I mean, yeah, that's easier to do when we're not all in the room. This is clearly not as easy.
Right. And this preparation is what really impacts the meditation. You know, getting
Yeah.
the energy
Yeah,
going.
absolutely.
It
That's
makes
right.
all the difference in the world.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
And so, certainly I'll be glad to answer questions, anything that has come up in your practice, but basically my intention for a little while anyway is not to bring in any more detail in heaven and earth, but simply allow you to practice this, and when we're in class, we will start with a flow of heaven and earth, and then we will spend our time in meditation. Going on to another.
Always.
Other challenges, and then maybe we could try to do this every so often.
Sure.
Come back.
Yeah.
I can't do it every
it
week.
is.
Tune-up. It's almost
Wow.
like, just
Yes,
a little
yes.
tune-up.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right. Yeah, a
It's-
monthly tune-up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's great having you all here. I felt like we really accomplished a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Zoom is wonderful. It serves a wonderful purpose for us, but it isn't the same as being
Not
able to.
enough. I mean, I wouldn't be able to take this class if it wasn't for Zoom because I can't come.
Yeah.
I can't dedicate 2 mornings a week.
Exactly.
Right, right.
I
It's too much
understand
with
that.
my work.
Yeah.
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 But
Yeah.
I can dedicate 2 mornings a week every 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I could try to do that.
Yeah.
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 Great. Thank
Thank
you.
you, David.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
David.
Thank you, Carol and Linda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Lovely to be in the same
Yes,
space.
Yes.
We have met because Linda came to one of the trainings that I did, you know. But yeah, I don't know.
Just through Zoom, I know.
It's crazy.
And it's so funny because I'm a Norwich native, so it's just.
Oh, did you grow up in Norwich?
Well, Tafel, which.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yes,
That's
which is-
Norwich.
Yeah. That's Norwich. It's a little French village in Norwich. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm in the west side. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So it just that's where I grew up.
Yeah.
And that's where I first started taking David's classes at the
At
city.
Park.
Yeah. At Rose City. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So.
Oh, at Rose City. Oh, there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
Uh huh.
Yeah, that's where I started with it too.
Rose City?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, and I started at Park. When did you all start? Long time ago. Yeah, it's hard to remember the years.
I think it was not long after I retired, so I want to say 2010, maybe 2011.
Yeah, that
right
sounds
around
about right. Yeah.
there. With Joyce, yeah.
Yeah, you and Joyce came at the same
At
time.
the same time, yeah. And we were offering classes there.
I had an hour's phone conversation with Joyce. She's in North Carolina and doing class with Jay 3 or 4 days a week. And,
Oh, wow.
and just having a ball
Yeah.
down there. Actually, Jay actually had her teach a class the other day.
Yeah, the way she mentioned it, she said it was student teaching. She was student
Yeah.
teaching. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, wow. So, yeah.
So they've hit it off.
Nice.
Have a great week.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you,
Thank
David.
you.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's, I
Practice
don't know, but how heavy is your heavy ball?
7 pounds.
Ah, okay.
You're welcome to pick it up. It's
No,
not-
that's okay. I did J, and I started with 6, and I think I got up to 8, but I have not been back to the heavy ball for a while. It's just, doing that and, driving Tiger and 8 gates and now this. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to at least get those in, a couple times a week so I don't forget, the flow. It's just, but, so.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Because we all have busy lives.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
tired, but that's always in quotes, I'm sure.
Right.
Just means you're not doing that work, you're doing something else.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was good. I mean, it was a neat practice. But I did it all through Zoom because Jay did it from North Carolina.
Mm.
So, that's where Joyce and I reconnected with the
Yeah.
But he had an hour segment. I just did the heavy ball section. She's training in that form, the long form that they're doing, and I didn't want to join that because they were well advanced into that, and just to drop in when people have been 2 years together would be really difficult, especially on Zoom.
Yeah.
Picking up a form on Zoom would be really hard for me.
I think learning a form on Zoom is virtually impossible.
Yeah,
It's
imagine.
like,
yeah,
particularly, I think he's probably teaching the Wu style.
yes.
Yeah, that should not.
So subtle.
You shouldn't be trying to learn that on Zoom.
No, it just. But I did get a bigger screen, so I finally. I said, oh my,
Yeah.
my iPad was going, so I finally got a bigger screen, and so I won't need to use the TV. But it just even for our Zoom classes, it really helps to see you.
To see you better.
Sure.
To see you better.
Mm-hmm.
But it just, I felt like, I have to do a class where I can at least drop in occasionally, like for this, for tune-ups, because you miss a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and I've done Heaven and Earth before years ago, so this is not totally new.
No.
I'm just trying to. It
Yeah.
was a long time ago. So I think it would have been much harder if I doing it on Zoom and not having already had some.
Yeah. That's what I found is that if you've got the certain
Some of the
foundation,
basics, yeah.
some of the foundation first, then going to Zoom, it's just you're still kind of refining it. But I think you're absolutely right. Coming in once in a while is it just changes everything, because you've been saying for a long time, as you're going into the ending, don't close your armpits, and I've been hearing that, and then today you're like, don't close, and it changed everything. Before I always felt like it was kind of creaky and it was just this spastic kind of motion to release, and it's like, why is this so bad? I mean, I like it. I was blaming it on me being so tense anyway. It was just like, oh, you got way too much to release here, and now it's like, wow, you're closing off the energy. It's like, duh.
Right. It's
So
little
sometimes-
tweaks sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just make it different.
It's and the position of the elbows, we just do not understand how important that is, because the slightest difference can interrupt the energy. And it's why we talk about, ideally, except when a movement requires it, keeping the elbows no more than 45-degree angle. And when you do that, it just releases the shoulders, and all of a sudden you can begin moving the energy through the shoulders and into the spine, through the scapula. But if you get to here, you've just blocked it.
And I was focusing too much on parallel. You need that parallel because you're going down the side channels here, and that kind of thing. And it's like, no, you can do that from here.
Yeah.
With the armpits open. So.
Yeah, because if the Laogong points are in your palm, are traveling down the side channels, you get a really direct connection. As long as it's not too close to the body or too far away from the body.
There are rules, and then there are
Exactly.
exceptions.
But that's what helps coming in and actually having you observe it, what we're doing in person.
Sure. Oh, I know. I mean, when I would do classes with Master Joe or Bruce or whoever. It just makes a huge difference. You know.
Is Bruce doing any traveling workshops, or is he pretty much focused just from
No.
Colorado?
He's just in Colorado. I think it's partly age.
Mm.
He's reached a point where he just doesn't want to travel anymore, as far as I know.
The travel's just such a hassle these days.
Well, and he when he goes home,
Exhausting.
he goes to Hawaii.
Yeah.
You know, he lives in Hawaii. He doesn't live.
I didn't realize he still lived in Hawaii. He started that center in Colorado, and for some
he-
reason I thought he'd moved there too.
No,
Okay.
he's, as far as I know, he's still living in Hawaii.
Okay.
His wife is there. His boys are in California, I think. Well, I take that back. One of them has moved to Colorado and is now started managing the center.
Mm.
Okay.
He's become the director of the center. So, but no, it's really interesting having observed Bruce over, I don't know, I first saw him in '97, I think. So I've seen him over a few years. And he has had a constant weight issue his entire life. He puts on a lot of weight and then he loses it, and he puts on a lot of weight and he loses it, and you can almost hear the difference in his speech
Mm.
in his classes. So it's kind of interesting, but he's really doing very well now, I think. Seems energetic and I don't know, doing some really good classes. And he and one of his sons did a discussion of the Chuangtse classic, and it was fantastic. It was really good. That was just a talking thing,
Mhm.
but boy, it was excellent. But he's done a lot of more advanced meditation and more advanced standing and two-person work. He's done a lot of stuff recently. Being in the center, I think, has made a real difference for him. And he has a couple of students, two really, who are very advanced. One of whom I think he's going to pass on his lineage to, and they do a lot of teaching now too. So he doesn't do all the teaching anymore. So, hey,
Well, and that's so important. Keep
Yeah.
it going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that knowledge base that he has—that's fabulous. If we can keep capturing that, just speaking it,
yeah.
that'd be fabulous. Because that's got to be amazing.
It, and he really knows Bagua and to a certain degree Xingyi almost as well as his Tai Chi. So he's, if you can learn, if you want to learn one of the other arts, you can, every once in a while he does a class where he takes you into some aspect of those. So, yeah, he's kind of an amazing guy. On and on.
On and on. And on.
That's what we're doing.
That's
On and on.
I know.
I have to go on to my other stuff. But this week I have 4 deadlines. I'm like,
Oh, God.
I made one yesterday though.
Yeah, you said you had a tough one.
I had a
didn't
grant. I'm part of this trainers group that we're trying to do. We're trying to reestablish an international nonviolence training fund, and we have a funder who helped us at the beginning when we were doing this 25 years ago. But he's like moving along, and our staff person wasn't. So I kind of took some of it on just to. It's either like we get the money, we don't. Like if we don't get the money, what are we doing? Like we can't give it away, we don't have it, right? So it's like that was the deadline, and then all of the tax. If you're a tax exempt organization, you have to refile every 4 years, and they're all due November 1st.
Oh.
So I understand the community land trust. The staff's doing that. I had to do the peace trust, but I called Voluntown. November 1st is Saturday, and I'm like, what does that mean? Because none of these little town halls are open on Fridays.
Oh, no.
Voluntown isn't, Salem isn't, so I'm like, oh. So I called, and I just before I got here, I got a message. I did check it, and it was like, you can just get it and put it in the mail. So I not have to like trying to figure out how by 4 o'clock, which is impossible because I have a meeting from 12:30 to 2 and 2.
Oh my God.
So it's those kind of like
Yeah.
the end of October for some reason is,
Yeah.
but November, December.
Your property tax returns have to be in then too.
Oh yeah, well it's all because they do all.
Yeah.
That's true. We did. What is it? When we bought the farm, we made in the community land trust had to buy the farm. I think I had to buy it September 30th. So October 1st, I think, was the date
Oh.
for assessments. It
Yeah.
was based on whoever owned it, whatever, right? So the owner wanted to pass it on. And then that's how I know that the Salem Town Hall's not open on a Friday. It's like, oh, yeah. So to actually get it filed, you need somebody there. You can't mail it in. So we had to like convince the lawyer to do it. Because it's always it's never just one person.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like your lawyer, our lawyer, the owner.
Yikes.
Luckily, the owner was the lender, so we didn't have to deal with it. But it's like,
Oh God.
this is what I do. I want to be like doing nonviolence and Tai Chi. Instead, I'm doing tax assessments and abatement.
It's the administrative.
It's the administrative
Yeah.
stuff that drives me a bit crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do it, but
Always.
it needs to be, and which is why people shove it on me sometimes. But that has to be passed on just like Tai Chi does. That's why we have staff in London
Yes.
right now with the Community Land Trust.
So
we don't have staff for the Peace Trust.
Yeah, and start grooming them.
Yeah, I'm
Start-
trying.
start
the Peace Trust
doing
is
it.
harder. There's
Yeah.
for a lot of reasons
Yeah.
I won't go into. But yeah, no, you're right. I
Yeah.
mean, luckily we have you have bookkeepers who are like really your partners.
Oh,
Mhm.
good.
That helps.
We have one bookkeeper who does the 3 groups I work with. It's great.
That helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm also technologically impaired. I can't like. I'm not a graphic artist. I'm not great on spreadsheets. I'm
No,
kind of like
I agree.
somebody. I'm like, I give you all the figures. I'll do the math. They're like, how did you get to that? And I'm like, pencil, paper, math, subtract, multiply, divide.
With
I
the
mean,
little
it's not
hand
that hard.
calculators that we used to
So look,
have.
my phone now helps
Yeah,
me, and
yeah.
I don't have to do it all.
Yeah,
And, you know, that's
yeah.
how you. How did you get those percentages? It's like, 5th grade math.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Literally, it is right. I mean, I
Exactly.
don't know, maybe it's 6th or 7th, but not that hard.
Yeah.
But people, you have to understand the concept.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
That's the
It's-
biggest problem.
It's like the word problem in grade school where you had to pull out
Oh,
what's the important stuff to plug into the equation. So
Right.
that's real life.
Well, I went to Catholic school. They really drilled.
I did too. Oh, yeah, Sacred Heart in Taffel. Oh, yeah. 8 years.
Oh my God! I hated it, but to be honest,
Yeah.
I find myself using it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, all right.
Thank you, David.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Thank you
Welcome.
so much.
Lovely.
know.
I owe you money now for yesterday.
Oh,
for the other
right.
one, right? Yeah, I did bring the checkbook.
Cool.
Yes. Remember that. My running.
Cool.
My runnings.
You know, Loki disappeared behind the curtain, and I don't know what happened to him after that.
He went upstairs, I
Oh, he
think.
did. Okay.
Jane probably still
He's at the door waiting to let him out.
That's what I thought. Is that poor little guy
Yeah.
still
No, he was
there?
like, because
Yeah,
it was rain, you know,
that's
it was
better.
raining. He was like, oh,
Oh, good.
get me in. I don't want. I'm like, come on, I'm not
Yeah.
going
Oh, well, that's
All
nice.
right.
Well, hello back to her.
So, all right. See you.
Okay. Then
And hello to Jane for me.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good seeing you.
Good seeing you too. Yeah, stay dry. It's supposed to be really, really bad
Oh,
later today.
Not until what, 3 though? It's like, it's not coming in until 3 o'clock.
I
so-
have friends having a party here in East Haddam, their new house,
Ah.
from 5:30 to 7:30. I think I may have to